Well, the institutions are so corrupt that we should just tear them down. You can't trust the politicians. You can't trust the media. You can't trust the judiciary. It's like, okay, how are you different from the radical leftists then? Like, aren't you by saying all that, aren't you also saying that they're correct? And then I have another comment about that maybe you'd like, so we could go in two directions here. I've been thinking a lot about Trump and his brand and what it means for the Republicans. And for me, part of Trump's attraction was that he was Trump, even in that literal sense, right? He's the guy at the top. He's not the sort of guy that a low-level operative can screw around with. He's a guy that gets things done. He's not the guy that has things taken from him by fools. He's the guy who can see what's in front of his eyes. He's a guy you can trust as what would you say, an icon of competence and stability in a sea of chaos. That's his brand. And then the election doesn't go so well. He loses. And then he says, well, it was stolen from me. And I think, well, every political system is subject to a certain degree of corruption, and the margins of victory are small. And so, leaving that aside for a moment, it's like, I thought you were the guy that this sort of thing didn't happen to. I thought you were the guy who couldn't have things stolen from him easily. I thought you were the guy who didn't turn into a victim when he didn't get what he wanted. And so now that's a big story, right? The election fraud, and that seems to be the basis of his hypothetical return to the political scene. And Jesus, that's a pretty dismal story. And I think it's going to have an even more dismal outcome if it prevails.